Are you looking for some ways to shake up and bring new life to your band practices? Here are a couple things that we've done at our church that have been super helpful that I'd love to share with you today. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Welcome to Blazing Guitars. So the first thing I would suggest is to come prepared to band practice. So there's a couple facets to this. One is, as a band leader, make sure that people have resources that they need to practice. So make sure that they have set lists out early, make sure that they have chord charts and versions of the song. And one of the things that I try to do is I even try to put a month of set lists out just so that people know what's coming up. If there's a new song, they can sit with it for a little bit before they come into practice and try to play it. So make sure that they have the resources they need to practice well and to practice consistently. And then that gives you the best chance of success to be able to come in out of practice and make sure that things are going smoothly. The second thing in that would be to make sure that you yourself are prepared. So make sure that you're well practiced. I would suggest, and I know if you are a musician, this is probably against your personality, but show up early to practice. That little thing can just make people feel so much more engaged with and valued because it shows that you value their time. You're taking it seriously and you're showing up. One of the things that I've heard, I think Shane Bernard of Shane and Shane and the Worship Initiative said it, but he says that good leaders minimize confusion. So as much as you can do that yourself and for your team, it'll be a huge blessing to you. The second thing I would suggest is to make sure that you have relational connection with your band members. So one of the things that we try and do is do highs and lows at the beginning of one of our practices. So we do 2 practices a week. And the highs and lows, what that allows is I get kind of a feeling for where people are at in the week. So if everybody's saying that they're super tired and exhausted, I try and really make sure that practice is short and cut and straight to the point, just to make sure that people feel well cared for and that I can meet them where they're at. And I think that's a huge blessing for a number of reasons. Just when you know what's happening with people and people feel heard and met, then it just makes the rest of it so much easier. So make sure that you're relationally connecting with people. Do highs and lows, or do something where you can get a feel for where people are at and do a weekly touch point is my suggestion. And then the final thing, and this is going to sound crazy if you've never done this, but try 2 band practices a week. The way that we do this is that we do a practice earlier in the week and a practice later in the week. So the practice earlier in the week, that usually lasts about an hour and a half. And I really try and keep it to an hour and a half. I try to make sure that we don't go long. I've found that when we have new band members and new people or doing a new song, often we'll go until maybe like 8:45, but I really try and make sure that that practice is no longer than an hour and 45 minutes. So do that practice earlier in the week, and then what that allows is people can go home and practice the things that they need to practice. And it gives people a really good view of where they're at and what they need to work on. And then when we do a practice on Saturday, people come in a lot more refreshed and a lot tighter. And usually Saturday is only an hour. So we come in on Saturday, we do it in the afternoon so that people can have time with their family in the evening. So we come in for an hour on Saturday, run through the songs, run through anything else, just clean up, and then just do a sound check on Sunday. We do run through the songs again on Sunday, which you don't have to, you can just do a sound check. But what that allows is we used to do a Tuesday practice and then Sunday morning rehearsal. And the problem with that is that the rehearsal on Sunday would always be plagued with a bunch of issues that were nobody's fault. So we would walk in and the sound system wasn't working, or we would walk in and everybody's batteries were dead, or there's just 100 different things that can happen on a Sunday morning. So if you do those 2 practices and really make sure that they're short and sweet, then it allows you to come in fresh on Sunday. And if everything goes terribly on Sunday and you get it all going right before service, you're still practiced up so that you can just flow right into service really easily. So those are the 3 things I would suggest that you make sure that you're super prepared. You give everybody a chance to be prepared themselves, and then make sure that you do those relational connections with people, and then try 2 practices. I know not everybody can do that, and there's different seasons for different people. One of the things that I try and do with the practices is just to say that everybody has to come to at least 1 practice to be able to play on Sunday. So it just makes it super clear and super straightforward and obvious, and it actually gives people a lot more chance to play because there's 2 practices that they can hit. So give those a try. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions yourself or would like to share any suggestions, leave a comment below, and that would be super cool just to start building that community with each other and sharing ideas. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, we'll be here next week, and we will see you then.